Hello, welcome back to Liinux Wednesdays, where we look at Linux tips and tricks on a Wednesday. In this week's video, we're going to be looking at a program called System Monitoring Center, and you'll find System Monitoring Center on the GitHub, which I'll link in the description below. System Monitoring Center version 1.2.1. I think this is actually in the alpha stage or beta stages, but I've not experienced any problems while playing around with it, and it's got a few fixes there and a few minor improvements. You can download System Monitoring Center as a pkg.tar.zst, as a .rpm for that package manager, .dev for Debian Linux, which is the one I've downloaded, source code.zip, and .tar.gz. And once you've downloaded it, you double click on the icon, press install package, and give it your password. Now once it's installed, you'll find it under System Tools. We go down there and it says System Monitoring Center. I know you've got different things here, system monitoring, we can use station and stuff, but I thought give this System Monitoring Center a try. Let's make that a bit bigger. And at the top here you've got performance, processes, users, startup, services, and system. And down here you've got CPU, RAM, disk, network, GPU, and sensors. So I'll leave it on CPU. And you see there, it's telling us all about my CPU frequency. It's telling us the average usage at the moment is about 7%. Tells me the architecture, which is an x86 64. Tells me about the cache and so on. But if we click on here, spur gear, and we got, it says CPU chart show, CPU usage on average. Let's do it per core. See there, it looks like a bar graph on a record, a stereo cassette or something like that. See there, still using 7%, and it's telling me the frequency is going up and down now. So 1.4 gigs, 1.8 gigs, and minimum maximum frequency is 1.5 to 3.4 gigs. CPU sockets and 1, and the cores physical logic are 6 to 12. And again, you've got the archives architecture there. Level 1, level 2 cache. It tells me I've been on my computer now for 19 minutes. Let's go back, press there, and go to per average. If we click on processes, you can list the processes similar to things like htop and top. You can list all the processes. So I've got Firefox running there. If we search for Firefox, and you get a Firefox bin, PID, so 5478, user, me, how much memory it's using. If I right click and go kill process, you'll see when I press yes, the Firefox will quit down the bottom here. So again, if you've got a program that's not responding, you can use the processes here to kill the program. Let's go back, delete this out. It should list all our services, all our programs there. Click on users. It tells me that there's one user logged in, using 73 processes, using 5% of my CPU, and the memory I've got using is 2.4 gigs. And group there is Jez. Startup, it's got a list of all the startup applications that are running. So NVIDIA, Graphics X server settings, mates settings, and things like that. Services, just gives you nothing at the moment. If I press on system, it says here Linux Mint 20. My motherboard is Microsoft International, so that's MSI. Microsoft International, it's an MS7C52. Computer type is a desktop or desktop. Host name is Jez MS-7C52, and the architecture is an x86_64. And I've got one monitor running. It tells me I'm also running OS family's Linux. Codename vendor or version codename is 20. Linux Mint 20. My kernel release is 5.4.099, although there is an update for the kernel, I think, through here. So that will change. Linux firmware, so that should change. Maybe it'll change when I update it. Kernel version, it tells you there. 112 Ubuntu SMP, and it says Thursday, 3rd of Feb. And down here, you've got desktop environment mate, Windows System X11, display manager is LightDM, and it tells me the packages on my system. Flatpak is 40, Python 114. My Python version is 3.8.10. We use Python when I've showed you how to create your first program in Python and install PyCharm. If we click on performances again, and you've got RAM, it says I've got 16 gig of RAM and I've got 2 gig swap. I've got disk, it says ATA SanDisk, it says SDA5, and this is an SSD in there, and it's telling me I've got free 24 gig. I've used 77% of the disk, and I've got capacity is 115 or 114.5 gig. I think it's about 120 gig drive. the SSDs, they say 120 gig, but you never get 120 gig out of it. Same thing, you buy a terabyte hard drive, you'll get about 991 gig. We press on show, you can see some more details there. SDA5, parent name SDA5, system disk yes, partition, file system ext4, and so on. Yeah, it's 116.9 gig according to that mass storage. If I click on network, it tells us all about network, and I've got a Realtek semiconductor RTL 811, 8168, 8411 PCI Express gigabit Ethernet controller. I can go here. I can set various different things I want to in there. So network device, I can do the upload, download speed, and so on. Click on GPU. It says NVIDIA Corporation GM206 GeForce GTX 960. It tells me that I'm currently getting about 70 frames per second. Refresh rate 60 Hz. My resolution is 19 by 1080. My default CPU doesn't display anything down there for some reason. Press here. Again, you can set. So if you've got two cards, you can change the card. If you've got two cards in the system, again, you can set the foreground and the background colour. And we go to sensors. Last one we go to sensors. Tap the two sensors. It just tells you they're idle. My current CPU raised at 41 degrees, and it says max value is 70 degrees. There's a little program called System Monitoring Center, and I believe it's still in its alpha stages or beta stages. I've been playing around with it for a few hours now, and I haven't noticed any problems with it. It seems to just work. And you've got your network there, and it's telling you what bytes are going up and bytes going down, and it tells you CPU stuff there, and the RAM. Let me just click this one. Floating summary, you've got a few settings there about. So System Monitoring Center 1.2.1 2022. So by this person there, good on you. Program comes with absolutely no warranty, and you've got the GNU license stuff you want to read it there. Let's close that one, and we'll close this one down. If you found the video of some use, you know what to do. Get a thumbs up. As always, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.